Hey everyone, Sarah here. So I am here to set up my planner for week 34. So this is my hobonichi cousin, my functional planner. And welcome to the channel. So if you like functional planning and really, a lot of work planning, this might be a good channel for you. So please consider like and subscribing. So in this video, towards the end, I am doing a little sneak peek of some of my new products that I'm going to be releasing. I'm incorporating those into my spread. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. And what I'm doing right now is actually updating my next action list. This is my running to-do list for work or all the things in my head. Love it. Live and breathe by it, let me tell you. And there's something that I don't mention a lot here because it's not in my paper planning system, but I also set up my email inbox to have next actions, these different lists, so I can manage my email inbox as well. So I do kind of mimic this in my email management, if you will. And so I'm just going through and I have a spot in the inbox where, on my daily pages where there's an inbox and then my trigger list here. So I just run through these bullet points and it empties my brain, as I like to say. And I'm just running through it and updating it. And then also I'll end up updating any of the stuff that I have done. And you'll see that my inbox my next action list is getting pretty large. And that's because it's kind of ramping up in my new role, which I feel like my to-do list is always really long because I just try to capture everything. But anyhow, it is ramping up in my new role. So I'm starting to catch that, starting to get some meetings on the calendar where I have got to prepare for agendas and kind of deliverables. So that's good. And you saw me take my Post-it notes. So next week I have some 3 appointments that I need to incorporate into my schedule. So I was just putting those in there. And I do, when I have that future plan, I actually do put them in my calendar, my phone calendar. But the reason why I duplicate it in my weekly spread is because I like to see my blocks of time. So you guys know, I just like to see how the week unfolds. I'm big into the cadence. So anyhow, so that's why I put those stickies in there, just to remember I put them in. Then I am just setting up my spread for the week. This is where I'm using kind of my functional stickers. This is kit 1 color scheme, so it's a darker gray. And it's very similar to the Post-its I have in my shop too. So check those out. Shameless plug, you don't have to. And then I'm doing my sidebar. So you guys know I like the sidebar. So if you guys haven't checked out my video from last week on my 8 functional planning tips, go check out that video. I actually had a lot of fun doing that video. So I might try to do some more of those. And what else? So my sidebar, as I was saying, that's kind of my goals for the week, what my intentions are, tracking towards my monthly goals, my yearly goals, that kind of thing. And for my CI project, we're focusing on fun for the month of August. And so the things that I'm going to, CI stands for continuous improvement, which is kind of my thing. And we'll be focusing on different ways of fun or having fun. So I put some goals in there, and a lot of it is texting friends and being more intentional around things that I find fun or discovering what I think is what I find fun. Figuring out what I find fun, that's really difficult. Sorry. And then anyway, so going into it, that's the old sidebar. You guys know I love that. And that's one of the things in my tips. And I'm just going through. And so I was saying, work is ramping up. So doing a lot of work stuff. I do have to figure out my travel plan because I have a bunch of sites that I have to go visit, and I also have a personal life. So how I figure out how I'm going to do that. I don't know, is that something you guys would like to see a video on? Like, how do I figure out the least impactful ways of traveling when I can? You know, I can usually book my own travel schedule, but sometimes I can't. But when I can, I want to make sure that I do, obviously, do a minimum impact because we have school starting. So everything's happening like at one time, school starting, and now I got to get all my traveling together. So if you guys want to see how I figure out like a travel schedule, then leave a note, leave a comment in the description. I'll definitely, I could do a video on that because I know it's kind of corny, but like I actually have a system to figure that out with. But anyhow, now I'm getting into my daily pages. And my dailies, you guys know, I treat them kind of like an everyday brain dump, and I have a template. So I love the daily pages. And this is where I'm going to put some new products in here. So obviously not right now, but those are in my shop now. But I wanted to incorporate some icons in my planning. So sometimes I could use these like labels, like next action agenda, or sometimes I can use icons just to mix it up a little bit. Because like the system, I know, next action agenda inbox to do, like I know that, but I also want to keep it fun, but I don't, and I want to change it, but I also don't want to change it. So I want to look for different ways that I can incorporate these different lists in my daily pages with having some fun with it and changing it up, because I really believe that, you know, that's what keeps us going back to our planner. And also the fact that like we depend on it so much. But anyhow, so I just like to mix it up a little bit. So you'll see those icons shortly. They're in that little book. And my whole goal around the icons was I really like them and I love seeing them in people's spreads, but I wanted them to be more like workish, you know, like work related. So like pie charts. So I know that's kind of corny, but you know, graphs. So presentations, an actual to-do list, laptop. So anyhow, so the icons I did was just trying to be like more work functional. And there's a lot of great ones out there that are really cute and fun, and I love them. But like, it's just such a work thing that I just wanted it to kind of align with that theme. But anyway, so now I'm going in and doing some future planning. So like I was saying, my work is ramping up. So I'm looking back at my weekly spread and kind of figuring out, based on my meetings, are there next actions that are time sensitive to prepare for those meetings? Like I have a meeting with the VP and he asked for some thoughts on something. So I wanted to actually review what he sent me and put some thoughts around it. You know, so I'm prepared for the meeting. So I put that as a next action in there just to make sure that I'm prepared for the meeting. How many times am I going to say that, Sarah? And then, so those are things that I would kind of future plan. And then like, what are the plans Wednesday? And I like to do those water the plant Wednesdays because when Wednesday hits, it ties to the word Wednesday and water the plant. So it just triggers me to remember watering the plants. And I know this is really corny, but like Tuesdays, clean out your purse. I know that doesn't rhyme, but Sophia Petrillo on Golden Girls, she cleans out her purse on Tuesdays. So now I think every Tuesday, I'm like, I got to clean my purse out today. So anyway, oh my God, you guys, I'm sorry that I'm like this. And I'm doing my available hours again, just liking to see like how many available hours do I have to me. There's no way I have 62 free hours this week. But that's like the unscheduled time. And I'm tracking it down at the bottom, like how many hours, like rolling hours that I have that I've used. So I'm actually putting that in there. And then I've also started to incorporate, like on Monday, I have 6 available hours. So I actually am trying to have that visual management, like on Monday, Sarah, you have 6 hours today. How are you going to use those 6 hours? So that's what I'm trying to do to really drive like effectiveness. I don't want to say productivity because Like, I definitely like productivity, but I also think that I don't want to like cram as much as I possibly can do. I don't think that's productivity. So I kind of like the word effectiveness or effectivity. Yeah, I should know this. Jeez. Anyway, so that's why I'm putting those in there. And that's it. So that's my week 34 functional planning. If you guys like this video, please consider giving it a like and a subscribe, and check out these additional videos, these recent videos. Thanks everyone. Have a great week. Bye.